Remind us, wasn't that long ago. I know 6 years seems like a very long time, but the entire world, not just the entire country, watched the Superdome. People all over the country, people all over the world wondered what would happen to this magnificent historic building. I think not only the renovations, not only the Super Bowl championship, but today's announcement of this long-term agreement with Mercedes Benz sends an undeniable message to the entire country, the entire world, that New Orleans is coming back better and stronger than we were even before Katrina.
We went to Germany and Gayle came up with this idea and we got to talking to Ernst about it, you know. First class operation, the New Orleans Saints, first class facilities here. The Superdome, I mean, there's nothing like it in the country today, in my opinion. And a first class company in Mercedes Benz. What a great combination, huh, for all of us, huh?
When I think of Sean Payton and Drew Brees and the organization that Mickey and Dennis and the Bensons have put together, I think of world class. I think of best in class. So I can't think of a better relationship, a better marriage than the Mercedes-Benz organization, the New Orleans Saints organization, and the Superdome. What a great signal to the rest of the country and the rest of the world that we stand for excellence right here in New Orleans, right here. You know, when you think of Mercedes-Benz, you think of excellence. You think of highly engineered products. You think of best in class. And that's what makes them such a great partner for the New Orleans Saints.
Tom and Gayle took the time to give me a tour of the New Orleans Saints facilities, the training camp. We went everywhere. I have to tell you, I'm only 5 years in the US. Obviously, American football is not necessarily something I grew up with, but to see the setup, to see the determination, the focus, the motivation, the detail, the teamwork which goes into this, it really, really impressed me. So I asked Tom if he could do me a favor and lead the whole senior management team through the same tour to show them what this team stands for and what it takes to win. Because at the end of the day, this is exactly what we're trying to do every day at work. We had a deal meeting earlier this year in April in Germany, and Tom came up to me and gave me, as we know now, Gayle's idea. And we took it on. It took a few months, a little bit of tweaking here and there, but I have to tell you, I'm more than happy, more than proud here today to stand in front of you and make this announcement. The Mercedes Benz Superdome, what better combination can there be? You said it, Governor, and we're more than happy to be here.
Well, we were in Germany for their meeting, and we just felt like it was a good time. The meeting went great. The parties and the festivities all worked together first class. You know, their logo.
We had dinner with him and his wife.
And it was the best or nothing. And I thought, gee, with the Saints and the Mercedes, you can't lose. It's great.
Did you actually think it would come to fruition when the suggestion was made?
Well, we did, and it took a little while, but they said this was the fastest they've ever done a deal.
And they've never done anything like this before.
How does it make you feel to know? I know there's been some criticism of the cash payments to the team, and now that can, in essence, end or be cut greatly because of this.
Well, that's what we wanted the whole time, you know. And it's a small market, and after Hurricane, nobody knew where we were going, and that so to compete with New York and Chicago and the rest of them, it was very difficult. And so we asked them to, hey, give us some kind of guarantee that we're going to work this thing out, and we pledged that we were going to work extra hard to get it done, and we've got it done. Okay.
From a global perspective, this place was half destroyed. I mean, to use car terminology, it was perhaps totaled, and we figured out a way to put it back together. So it's a story of triumph over extreme adversity, but also really re-engineering and redesigning, and that really resonated with a lot of the Mercedes-Benz executives because of what their tradition, their history is for making the best safe cars, best in class for the entire world. And it just was a perfect fit as far as how we came together. But this is an incredible deal for the state. It's savings, it virtually eliminates our subsidies. It allowed us to earn our way into being self-sustaining and to help build our market. And it reflects what the reality is of this region and how strong and viable it is and what a great place it is to invest in.
It goes back into the general fund. Those are dollars that will be available for the state for health care, education, and other priorities. So today's announcement, again, a great a great day for the state, great day for the Saints and the city, but it's also a great day for the state. Look, budgets are tight everywhere. This, thanks to the great deal that I want to give credit for Gayle. Tom is like me. We both married better than we deserve. Y'all came up with a great idea. Tom and his team executed a great deal. Thanks to that great deal, it is a great benefit to the Saints.
I'm glad to see so many of you out here, and I see the Oshner group here, great friends of ours. They take good care of me. That's why I'm still smiling, you know. And that, thank you very much for being here. And we're looking forward to this Mercedes thing's doing wonders for our city, our state, and the New Orleans Saints, and great things for Mercedes Benz too. Thank you.
Mercedes has a plant that's not far away from here in Birmingham. It's a very large manufacturing plant in the South. I would believe that Mercedes is going to use the Superdome for hospitality purposes when we have major special events here like Final Four and BCS Championship and Sugar Bowl and obviously Super Bowl down the road. So I think they'll use it in that way. I think they want to be associated with a brand like the Superdome that has a legacy and a history. You know, we've hosted so many major special events here. There's so much rich history here in this building. I think Mercedes appreciates that and wants to be associated with a building that has that kind of history. So I think there's going to be a lot of attention paid to this around the nation. It's a multi-year deal, so it's not a 1, 2, or 3 and you're out, which is a nice thing because you don't want to have to transition, you know, from one sponsor to the other. So it's a long-term arrangement. That's a benefit to the state and a benefit to the Saints. So there are a lot of mutual benefits. I just think that the alignment of the Superdome name with Mercedes Benz says so much, you know, nationally, and the alignment with the Saints. You know, the Saints are a symbol of excellence, Super Bowl win, and Mercedes a symbol of excellence, and a Superdome, which is a historical facility, an iconic facility. It's a great for a better sponsor. It's a top quality brand. It stands for excellence. When I think of Mercedes-Benz, I think of the top brands in the world. It's an international company that's going to bring international awareness to this city and to this facility. It's advertising that they're going to spend across the world. And just the benefits that the state receives through the partnership with the Saints and Mercedes-Benz is going to allow us to make the Saints deal self-sufficient, so it doesn't cost the state any more money in the future. So that's good for the taxpayer. So it's a win all the way around.
Any chance of a Mercedes New Orleans or New Orleans Mercedes?
Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to ask the Mercedes folks that question, I think.
Okay.